Good morning. Today I warmed up by making Okay, look, so I woke up at 5 AM, bolt upright in bed. I wasn't sweating, but it would have looked a lot more dramatic if I was. I leaned over my notebook and wrote the following. Submarine with face like Thomas the Tank Engine. There's also a little drawing I did of it. So, you know when you think something's a really good idea and you're positive the whole way through and then you get to the end and you can no longer remember why this was important or what the point of it even was? Because I don't. This thing is great. It's a submarine with a face. In the beginning, there was a sub, a simple sub, a stumpy sub. But how did we make it? Well, before I even began, I looked at a whole bunch of references, but I didn't land on any specific design. Firstly, because what I was making was nonsense and it didn't matter. And secondly, because if I based it off of any real submarine, I'd end up changing stuff and cutting corners due to time constraints anyway. And I really didn't want to get physically assaulted by any military hardware enthusiasts, who, fresh off of an 8-hour debate on the War Thunder forums, would run at me full tilt for misplacing a single bolt upon their perfect waifu, let alone putting a non-anime face upon it. Those people frighten me. Okay, so the sub was basically done. I booleaned the mast onto the body because that's connected in a very smooth way, unlike the fins, which I just left separate. I had trouble with the propeller, but I always have trouble with propellers because they're awful shapes that are my enemy. With the body done, it was time to move on to the face. And this, dear viewer, is why in the early hours of the morning I was cackling to myself like the Wicked Witch of the London and South East region. That joke doesn't land, but I wrote it, so it stays. I really don't have much to say for the process. I sculpted an incredibly beautiful face with soft, kissable lips and a slight overbite. I did want to give him bigger jowls at one point, but I didn't think it would really fit with the shape of the sub. This guy has to move through water. He cannot afford dangling flaps. Yes, I also gave him protruding teeth because it felt like the right thing to do. So it was on to texturing, and mostly to avoid issues with baking, I spaced out the separate parts, which added a delightful surreal horror vibe to the whole affair. His eyes were outside of his body. I thought it would work better if I kept the materials very simple, and this dovetailed very nicely with me wanting to finish and go eat porridge. Sometimes, the best stylistic choices are the ones that allow you to partake in the delights of Quaker oats. So there we have it. This morning I made the most photogenic submarine. It's going to be a great day. I need Lemsip. I have a cold.